Good evening and welcome to our virtual back to school night at Lancaster Catholic. I am Mrs. Mason. I am your child's anatomy teacher this year, so I just wanted to introduce myself and just let you know a few things about our year. In the background, you can see my virtual locker. I have a number of things in there that help the kids sort of get to know me and fun things about me. I like bacon. I love narwhals. It lets them know what classes I'm teaching this year. And I do have some pictures in there. I have this dog that I love very much at the top. I like to bike. I like to kayak. I got my family back there. We like to go hiking. I do have a husband and two kids. They're a little bit older now. I have a junior at University of Pittsburgh, and I have a senior actually in high school. So I do have some older children. So I guess I can sort of launch into some of the things that you might want to know about our classes. First of all, just my schedule in general. I have put this in the classroom in front of your kids so they do know when they're able to come to me for questions. You can see that on A days, I do have a study hall third period, so they can see me then. I also have a second Crusader period every day where I'm in my room and I sit here during the second lunch basically. And then on B days, I have a planning period, the fourth period of the day. So those are the times that I'm just here, but anytime your child is free to communicate with me, and we can work out a time if it's after school or some other time that works out for them, if they need to meet and catch up. One thing that is helpful this year with the remote learning is we are videoing all the classes and we are posting a lot more of our work on Google Classroom. So it has been a lot easier. I've had a number of students who have missed a class and they've talked about how much easier it is to find work and make up work just because of all the extra posting we're doing for the remote students. So, one more thing on there. I'm also the advisor for the Future Medical Leaders of America. That is a club for students who are interested in any kind of career in the medical field. So, it doesn't have to be just a doctor or a nurse, but anything, any kind of therapist, any kind of assistant. We're going to try to have speakers in once a month to kind of just introduce a lot of different career paths. And we're having our first meeting actually this week. So hopefully if that's something that your child is interested in, or even just potentially interested in, they can stop by and see me about that. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is just how to contact me if you have questions. My email is tmason@lchsyes.org. Email is probably the first way to reach out. If you wanted me to give you a call, you can give me your phone number. Calling the school phone number doesn't reach me very well because the main office, they can take a message, but I don't have the school phone in my room. So basically, I'd make contact by email, and then if you provide your phone number, I'd be able to reach out to you if you let me know a convenient time. So that's probably the best way to contact me. And I will definitely reply, within 24 hours of a work business day. I will get back to you on that. As far as makeup work and late work, the students have been told that basically if you're absent, you turn your work in the next day. And then also if you're out for 2 days, you have 2 days to make up the work. So basically however many days you're out, you have that many days to make it up. That's pretty standard. And then as far as tests, I do want them to contact me the day they come back. Sometimes if they missed several tests, they might not be able to make my test up, along with all the other tests in the same day, but I do want at least contact on that day that they return. So they would contact me either in person, or they would contact me through Google Classroom, or they can contact me by email as well. So I do want some contact as soon as they return, just so that we can schedule their makeup time for that. So mostly just communicate. So just encourage them to communicate. If they are out, they do need to communicate with me whenever they come back. The other thing I wanted to show you was Google Classroom. Google Classroom is an amazing tool. I think it has really helped our in-person and remote students. We're able to post everything in a really friendly, easy to navigate environment. So let me just show you. This is an example of one of my anatomy classes. So this is the class stream basically. I have it organized by chapter. So I have chapter 1, and then I have all the things listed that we have as assignments, all under chapter 1. The due dates are listed there. If I click on one topic or one assignment, you can see that I can instantly see that 15 students have turned it in and 3 students have not turned it in. It's a really easy, quick view for me to be able to see, I can follow up with those 3 students, or I can expect communication from those students. It's just a nice environment to see everything in one place. Down below the chapter, I have a section called class recordings. So this is where you would click to see a video from a class if you'd missed a class, or if you want to find out what you've missed. Maybe you were even in class and you wanted to see something that you missed. So I'm posting the slideshows, and I'm also posting some videos in this section under class recordings. So that's a great place, a great resource for remote students, and also a great resource for a student who was absent. And then finally, I have some learning resources down at the bottom. So I have just some course materials, my course syllabus, and then instructions on how to access the online textbook. So those are all down there, available to the students all the time. We are scheduled to have our first test at the end of this week. So hopefully they are studying some flashcards and getting ready for that. Okay. So back to the idea of remote learning. So we have a number of remote learning students this year. I think it's going very well. I communicate with them each day about the volume and is the video pointing the right direction? Can they hear what's going on? I've had a lot of good feedback from my remote students. So the one thing that some students have opted to be remote all the time, but another side benefit of our remote learning is we've had some students, for instance, I've had an injury at a sport where a student was injured and was able to attend class remotely when they were kind of waiting to come back from some test results, or if they were waiting to, get a splint or a cast or something like that. I've had some students who, if they hadn't been able to attend remotely, they would have just missed the class altogether. So I have had some special cases of remote, even a temporary remote learning situation being helpful. So again, just communicate, and then I see them come up in my Google Meet. They know how to attend the Google Meet, so they basically go to the classroom page and they can see the headline actually has a place for a Google Meet link. So they can literally just click on the Google Meet link, and that link takes them straight to the video feed of my class. So it's basically live. It shows up at the exact time that they are having class. So it's been a really good addition this year for the ability to remote learn. I guess the only side thing I'd say about remote learning, we are asking certain guidelines for our remote learning students. They do need to be sitting in a desk environment. They do need to be wearing casual dress is fine. We have asked them to be wearing, day clothes basically, and sitting at a desk environment. So those, and also have their video turned on. That is another requirement we're asking, so that we can have a face-to-face, we can have communication where we speak to them. And sometimes we'll ask them to turn their mic on, or sometimes they'll turn their mic on if they have a question. So the mic can kind of go on and off, but as far as the video, we are asking that the video stay on. So hopefully that answers some of your questions, and I hope that you have a wonderful year, and I hope that your child is able to learn some anatomy that just really encourages them to go into whatever interest they have, that whether it's the medical field or whether it's just to broaden their knowledge of anatomy. I will see you guys later.